Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a while since I posted my last video. So today I want to talk about healing yourself and self-love. This is something that while I was contemplating about topics to talk about on my YouTube channel that I came across. So I'm going to be using the TV show called Sinner because that's one of the latest TV shows that I've been watching. The show is not new, but I discovered it recently. And throughout the seasons, if you are planning to watch the show, you'll see how much of trauma, and a lot of it is about a detective who is solving crimes, and a lot of these crimes are related to people who have trauma or childhood issues, and they come through them, and that makes them want to do a crime, or because their mindsets have been radicalized because of what they have gone through. And the detective itself also has a lot of issues, so the show is about how he's trying to confront his issues, and all these people who is coming to his life who are literally the people who are killing. When he's the detective of the case, he's trying to help these people and figure out why they did what they did, and also kind of identify the things that went in his life, where what happened with his mother and his issues are confronted. And there's a scene in I think in season 3 that comes up where this detective has to, like, one of the killers, in order to identify why he did what he did, he's required to go inside a grave, and he's supposed to stay inside that grave for a long time, and like the entire day, right? And he's sent like a 6 feet grave, he's put under it, and he's completely alive, and he's given a pipe, like, so he can breathe, and then they put like a plank on top of him and then soil. But once he's inside it, what's shown is that he's kind of confronted with his childhood stuff. It keeps coming up, and it's very hard for him to stay, and he wants to come out, but he can't come out because the challenge is for him to stay. And at some point, once he's out, he also realizes they have actually taken out the pipe, and he's not able to breathe either. And I just want to coincide this to something that I've been doing recently. It's not the same thing, obviously, but I've been sick for the past couple of days, and I've had really bad sinuses going on, like issues going on. I've had it for a really long time, since I was a kid. But I was on meds, but yesterday I'm into somatic practices and all of that things, and I watched a video, and I thought of using a certain oil to make it better. And while I was on my pills, I kind of put it, and I did this massage on my face, and it made it so much worse. And I was having so much pain here, like in my head. I couldn't like open my eyes, and I didn't have any help. This happened very recently, and I did this at around, it was really late in the night when I decided to do this, and I was in my room, and I was trying to sleep, and I can't sleep because there's so much pain, and all of these things started coming up in my head, and it was so funny to me because I was in pain. I don't think I've ever had a headache like that. I've had headaches, I've had migraine, but this was next level. So, and I really kind of sympathize with people who have like sinus infections. Like, this was bad, man. Like, it was so bad. But what it made me realize was the pain I was going through, and suddenly all my stuff, like things I have unresolved in my life. This could also be because I've been doing some shadow work on my own, but they started popping up, and that with the pain, it felt like I didn't want to stay there. Like, I couldn't bear the pain. I didn't know how to get over it. I was doing all these things to try to like get the oil off my face, but there was so much pain, and there was so much of my things coming up, like, and I didn't know how to deal with it. But I was also trying to stay with the pain, because that's the only way you can actually deal with it, you know. There's no way of running from your pain either. But what made me realize was, honestly, the biggest enemy or the biggest fear you'll ever have in your life is yourself. If there's anything that you're afraid of, is your own thoughts, your own guilt, your own shame, the things you didn't do in life, the attempts you never made, the jump or the leap you never took. It's always about you. And it's really sad, but it's also the truth. And I was like, am I going through a spiritual awakening? Like, what is this? Like, I've never gone through this. And like, the pain was so severe. I was like, what am I going to do? Like, should I? And a lot of these methods that I used to do to distract pain was coming up. I was like, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do this. But then there was also a voice in my head saying like, no, you shouldn't do that, because that's you just trying to distract yourself. And like, this not knowing like what is the right thing to do, like how do I stop this, like yes, there is a pain that is like a physical, like a symptom going on, but that version of me that's inside me, like issues that are coming up, somehow is like coinciding with the pain. And like, there are like two things that are kind of mingling together, and it's like merged together, and it's coming through. And it reminded me of this whole TV show as well, because when he's inside that grave, like he has to confront it, he has to go through it. And like, I remember like I was lying on my bed and I was thinking like, isn't it like morning yet? Like, isn't it like, I was looking for daylight, and like it was like 2-3 in the morning, and like the time is so slow, and I was in so much pain. I can't fall asleep, I can't distract myself. And I didn't even try to talk to anyone, because obviously no one would pick up at that time, and I didn't want to disturb people. But I also don't have anyone like that to talk to. Like, I don't do that. Like, you know, I'm a very like to myself kind of person, which is a huge issue, but I know that about me. So that entire experience, I wanted to document it, I wanted to speak it out here, because it has been so profound to me. And also I want to remind you, like, while this was happening, there was also a part of me saying like, I should stop being so negative about the narratives that I come up with myself. Like, when I imagine things in my life, like, I always think the worst of it. Like, there's a part of me that was visualizing the best of it. Like, you know, there's like literally scenarios popping up, and then I don't even understand how to explain this, but it happened. And the next day when I woke up, it was completely gone. Like, you know, my head was completely fine. But I also felt like this huge shift in me. You know, I've been feeling that shift for a while, but like, this was different, because, and I was asking, I remember like asking for like higher power to help me, heal me. And like, it came to a point where I didn't even realize whether it was my headache or whether it was something else, like whether it was my trauma that I was trying to like give away from this. But yeah, anyway, let me know if you all have gone through something like this, and if you understand what it is. I'm gonna post this here, and subscribe, like my channel, and I'll see you guys with another video very soon. Bye.